Hello everyone and welcome to my channel today. We are going to be marinating a ham as a part of my Easter special series. What I have with me today is I have a cup of honey. I have half a cup of brown sugar. I have half a teaspoon, hush. I have half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I have one teaspoon of ground ginger and 1 teaspoon of ground mustard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix everything together and I'm going to glaze the ham. So this is half of a whole ham. There we go. And what I did before the camera was turned on was I actually hand cut it. You can purchase a ham that's already spiral cut. I tend to like to have a plain ham because I like to make my own marinade, and I spiral it myself. You can use a carving knife, you can use a sharp butcher knife, but basically what I did was I just cut vertically like this. And until you meet resistance at the central bone, you can stop. And I do it on both ends of the ham. So I'm going to just lift it up here and you can see that it's spiral cut on both sides. And so you want to cut all the way down to the bone and you want to fold it over like this and just cut in rows. And the reason why you want to do that is because when you start marinating your ham, the marinade will actually drip into the openings of the sliced pieces, which will really give the ham a good flavor all over. So I'm going to mix everything together, make sure I have everything. Looks like I do. All right, I'm going to stir it up. Becomes a very thick mixture. And it's always a good idea to marinate in advance. So I'm filming this on Saturday, the day before Easter. So I'm going to go ahead and just glaze this, and when I'm done, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. And so what you want to do is you just want to spoon it. Make sure everything's mixed in there. Okay. And then I'm going to just kind of glaze it like this over the surface. Just like this. There we go. All right. And then you can also just kind of drip it over the top like this and let it drip inside, drip into the sliced pieces here. There's really no wrong way to do it, but slicing the ham is a good idea because you can get to different parts of the ham, make sure the flavor is all over and not just on the outside. Okay, and this whole area I sliced all the way down to the bottom. Not everybody does that. It's personal preference, but I just really like to get as much of the ham as possible for the glaze. So I got it all here, and this will all bake in when you put it in the oven. But it's good to do this ahead of time so the flavor can really absorb. There we go. There we go. And then I do open up the slices like this just so it can drip in. Excellent. I'm really excited about this. I got the recipe for this marinade online from a spice company, and it really is good. I've tried this once before, and I got a couple of compliments on it. I allowed a couple of family members to try the ham, and it turned out pretty nicely. So, I mean, there are different types of sauces and marinades you can use on ham. You don't have to use this one. But I like ground mustard, ground ginger, brown sugar, and honey because it's a nice standard marinade for a ham, especially on a special occasion like either Christmas or Easter. There we go. You do have the option to purchase a ham that's already flavored. I like to make my own marinade, so if you don't mind whatever sauce is used on the ham that you purchase, that works as well. Otherwise, you can just buy a plain ham and just make your own marinade. There we go. And it does come on quite thick, and that's perfectly fine. It can be thick. And I'm just using a spoon to evenly spread it all throughout the ham. And again, you want to make sure you get into the little slices here. This is quite a big ham. This is, I think, a 5-quart Dutch oven. So you can already see that toward the front it is hanging out a little bit, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. Ham is very easy to cook. It's technically already pre-cooked, so you don't have to worry about it being raw or undercooked. It's just a matter of heating it up really well and making sure that the glaze cooks in with the meat. Okay, wow. This looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing it. And it's personal preference. Some people like to slice up some pineapple, put some cherries, or whatever you like added to it is fine. I tend to be very simple and just put a standard glaze on over top. There we go. Okay, I got just a little bit left. I'm gonna use all of it. All right, I'll just make sure, I'm gonna go systematically through the pieces, make sure I got everything here. Looks like it went through. Yeah, it did. Good. All right, that's pretty even. Get it in here. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. Okay, so this is pretty much fully marinated. So this is going to go in the refrigerator. You can put it in the refrigerator for several hours. You can do it the day before, like I'm doing, and leave it in the refrigerator overnight. There's really no wrong way to do it, but obviously the longer you leave it in, the more the spices and the marinade will soak into the meat and give you a little bit more flavor. So I think we're ready to just let it set for a little bit. And then the next step will be, after I'm ready to pull it out, I'm going to put it in the oven. Okay. Okay, everyone. So this is the afternoon of Easter. So I had filmed the first portion of this video yesterday on Saturday afternoon. And when I basted it with the marinade, I basically just put it in the refrigerator overnight. So this is what it looks like after I've marinated it overnight. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set our oven to 325, and we are going to need to bake this ham for 1 hour. Now, one thing I usually like to do is I do like to cover it up with a little bit of foil just to keep it from cooking unevenly and to keep it from burning. The foil will help trap the moisture in. This isn't a very pretty foil job. I'll do a better job once I put the camera down. But I just wanted to show you how the ham looked after marinating overnight. And then I'm going to cover it with foil and I'm going to bake it for an hour at 325. So here's the finished ham. I baked it in the oven at 325 degrees for 1 hour. I just removed the foil because I wanted you guys to, let me get a close up. You can see that this ham looks pretty moist here, and you can see the marinade has completely baked into the ham, into the different, oh, that's a good view, into the different crevices. And it gave it a nice golden brown color as well. So what I have in this marinade is, I had the ground mustard, ground ginger, brown sugar, honey, and cinnamon. So that was glazed over the night before. It was placed in the oven. It was allowed to bake with some foil over the top. And this is the final result. What I like about this is that No matter what part of the ham you slice into, you're going to get some flavor because the marinade has gone all over the ham and has baked in. And the marinating helps too. You don't have to marinate from the night before. If you want to do it several hours in advance, that works as well. But you can actually see the cinnamon, honey, brown sugar, and ginger on the surface of the ham, which makes it very nice. And so this concludes the Easter dinner series. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope everyone has a safe holiday. Bye for now.